Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima and I'm here checking out PlayStation 4 games being played over PlayStation Vita Remote Play. Today we're taking a look at The Crew. So, as you might have seen immediately by the fact I was holding my finger on the rear touchpad, it's got this little setup going here. Unfortunately, there's no... The front touch is used for all the... The front touch is used for all the touchpad, unfortunately, so... Unfortunately, we're stuck with using buttons on the back to change tabs and just switch tabs up the top there. But there are some other things around which is a little bit strange, which actually make the port at least well made in terms of Vita standards. I mean, if you look in the bottom right there, you've actually got the button prompts for Vita. Like, it's got L and R, it's got the X and the circle button, which are closer to the PS Vita than they are the PlayStation 4, and it's even got the start button as the Vita 2000 circular start button, which is a neat little thing. But we're going to warp on down to a race first of all, and first of all, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up I'm just going to hit quit, and we're going to drive somewhere. I'm not entirely sure where, but we're just going to drive somewhere. Well, God, that guy was trying to go 68 miles an hour. What was it, 80 miles an hour? 88? I've never seen Back to the Future, I'm sorry. So, the idea is that this is a driving game. A driving game with really strange handling. I haven't played this in ages, so I apologize, I suck at it. But I needed to check out something for a remote play video. This was the first thing that came up. So, it's a driving game. You drive around normally with the L and R buttons in the left analog stick. The right analog stick you use for camera. Thankfully, L2 and R2 together bring up a rear view, but you can also bring it up by using down on the right stick. L3 and R3, well, yeah, you just beep your bloody horn. Like, that's entirely unnecessary. We don't really need to worry about that. So, yeah, the rear touchpad really has no effect. I mean, obviously it's going to be a little bit weird if your fingers slip over and you manage to activate the rear view. But it's not like it's that big of a deal. So you can drive around and you can see all there is to see in the United States. Bringing up the start menu with the phone here and checking all that with the right stick all works fine. You've obviously got to use the rear touchpad to get through these menus, but you've got plenty of options here that are meant to be just useful in the game, but might also be quite useful. What I would have liked is a little bit of a UI scaling feature, but that's might have been a little bit too much to ask for. You've got your steering wheel controls, obviously, which are completely useless. And you've got all these little things here. You can even turn down the touchpad sensitivity, because that does actually work, like, on the map and all that, but it doesn't really do anything in the middle of a race. But yeah, you can change all your settings here. You've also got your gearbox. It's kind of weird that you can change it, like, in the middle of the bloody thing, but whatever. You use... What was it? Square and triangle, was it? Alright, I got it figured out now. That was a bit strange. You use the right analog stick. I've never seen a driving game do that. But anyway, it all works just fine. For the most part, anyway. That took me a little while to figure out. That's a pretty big jump cut for me, personally. But anyway, we'll just swap the driving setting back to automatic. And we will go and we'll do a race. Just to show off a race, really. There's not much else to say. That's a skill. That's also a skill. Let's just swap to the missions, shall we? And we'll be able to work our way to a driving mission. Well, I don't even know if this is a driving mission. We'll just play it anyway. It's going to have something to do with driving. I pretty much guarantee it. Yep, this is a race. So we'll just go and have a race, because why not? Just skip the movie and away we go. So there are Vita prompts here and there. Like, I swear I remember the beta of The Crew having the touchscreen be mapped 1-to-1 with the PS4 game. So it's like, you could tap somewhere on the screen and it would move the cursor there instead of sliding it around in a relative way like it does now. But, I mean, other than that, it's a perfectly playable interpretation of the racing game, because obviously racing games aren't too difficult to adapt to a Vita control scheme, but yeah, just at the same time, a little more effort could have been made. like having the touchscreen be 1-to-1, maybe change it so that... Well, since they're not actually using the touchscreen to be 1-to-1 anymore, they could have changed it so that the touchscreen was on the front, so you have the buttons down the bottom left and bottom right for the mirror and the horn. They could have done that. You know, take some of the insistence off the... Oh god, why? I'm going a bit too far. Probably should have taken that shortcut off the railway, but whatever, I'll just use my nitrous. But I mean, the game's handling model, you've got plenty of options that come with the game by default that are meant to help people on controllers and Vitas. So, you can always change the controls exactly to your liking. And it's not like there's anything here that would really stop you from playing the game, just in general. So, it's not that bad, definitely playable. You'll probably be able to play the entire game on this, who knows. It's alright. It works. It's fine. It's not like they've done anything to actively stop you from playing it properly. So, yeah, we good. We good. This has been Blue Maxima. Checking out the crew. And I'll see you all next time.